leader of opposition Arun Jaitley has hit out at the Congress over the Vadra issue. Speaking to Editor-in-Chief Arun Goswami, Arun Jaitley said that it was the Congress which started the series of attacks, for the first time admitting the link between the Modi attack and the Vadra strike.
Tell me about the arrangement that you have had with the Congress
There was
party.
no arrangement.
Not to attack each other.
No, there was categorically no arrangement.
You won't question Vadra, and they won't.
I have personally raised the issue of Vadra.
After the
I have even raised it in the past. I have commented on it in interviews whenever I have been asked.
They don't question Ranjan Bhattacharya in turn.
Well, if there is an allegation, please question Ranjan Bhattacharya.
They've not picked up the Adani issue as aggressively as they've done now.
What is the Adani issue? I'd like to understand. A businessman does well. For the last 20-30 years, you suddenly invent an Adani because you have nothing else against the BJP and Narendra Modi. Does the BJP have anything to do with Mr. Adani? Mr. Adani has the best friends in the NCP and the Congress as far as I am concerned.
You expect people to believe, Mr. Jaitley, that you've not picked up the Vadra issue as a response to Rahul Gandhi's picking up the issue of Mr. Narendra Modi's marriage?
No, Arnab, I have never.
Is there not a link between these two?
No, there is a link. There is a link, and let me explain to you the link. I have, as a rule, never spoken on persons. I speak on issues. I have breached that rule twice myself. The first I breached it when Rahul Gandhi took up the issue of the so-called child marriage of Mr. Modi. I reminded him that this is a legitimate child marriage, which is on paper. He's disclosed the truth. If you want to go this far about legally valid relationships which may not have been acted upon...
Why do you say go so far?
How is it an issue? How is it an issue?
Kapil Sibal says it's a technical issue. We are raising it technically.
No, it's not a technical. Let Mr. Kapil Sibal also remember, and Mr. Kapil Sibal himself remember. And that is what I reminded everybody. There are a large number of people in public life, in the Congress party, who have relationships which are not legitimate. Have we ever questioned them?
How is that an issue? Now that's a threat.
It was a threat. Yes, you are right, Arnab, you've got it right. It was a threat. And the threat was, if you try and make a legitimate relationship not acted upon into an issue, then other relationships, I didn't name anybody, can also be made an issue. And I'm glad the Congress party responded to them. Some wiser sense prevailed and said, we drop the issue. That's when they dropped the issue. Otherwise, if you go into a situation where legitimate and illegitimate relationships, personal lives become issues, Indian politics will be a mess. Congress started it. They had to be given a rap on the knuckles. They had to be reminded that they have too many skeletons in their cupboard.
Why do you call it skeletons in the cupboard?
Well, if all the disclosures come out, it won't be a very pleasant thing for them also.
What kind of disclosures?
Well, why should I name them? When I didn't name them in my blog, I'm not going to name them before you. You know what I'm talking about and they know what I'm talking about. So I had to remind them. When you said threat, it was a veiled, threat is not the right word, a reminder. Not a polite reminder, but a firm reminder, let's not go on this track. And the Congress party had to stop.
You can listen to the full part of that frank chat with Arun Jaitley at Frankly Speaking with Arun Goswami tonight at 8 p.m.